Welcome back to Canada Immigration Daily, your go-to source for timely, in-depth, and clear updates on Canadian immigration. Whether you're a skilled worker dreaming of starting a new chapter in Canada, a temporary resident hoping to transition to PR, or simply someone tracking immigration trends in 2025, you're in the right place. Today's video is incredibly important for thousands of hopefuls in the express entry pool. With IRCC making consistent policy shifts, unpredictable draw schedules, and new priorities driving CRS cutoff scores, the next express entry draw could be a game changer, either opening the door to Canadian PR or signaling a need to pivot your strategy. So stick around right to the end for comprehensive insights, CRS score trends, real-time data, expert breakdowns, and smart tips on how to enhance your chances. Before we dive in, please take a moment to like this video, share it with others in the immigration pool, comment your IRCC score below, and subscribe to our channel for future updates. Don't forget to hit the notification bell so you're the first to know when a new video drops. Why this draw matters more than ever. Let's begin by understanding why the upcoming express entry draw is so crucial. As of 2025, express entry is no longer as predictable as it once was, with Canada introducing category-based draws, reducing overall immigration targets for the 2025 to 2027 period, and placing greater emphasis on specific skills like French proficiency and experience in healthcare or education. It's becoming clear that a one-size-fits-all strategy no longer works. One major event shook the pool: a pause in draws between March 21st and April 14th, followed by a string of unusually small invitation rounds. This disrupted expectations and made planning difficult for many applicants. Canada has held only 6 express entry draws since March 21st, making this next one a critical barometer for how IRCC plans to handle immigration moving forward. Now more than ever, staying informed and adapting to IRCC's evolving approach is key. If you're finding this content useful so far, please like the video to help others discover this valuable information. The current state of express entry in 2025. To recap, Canada's express entry system was launched in 2015 to streamline immigration for skilled workers. It covers 3 core programs: Federal Skilled Worker Program (FSWP), Canadian Experience Class (CEC), Federal Skilled Trades Program (FSTP). It also works in tandem with the Provincial Nom-A Program (PNP), which can award 600 additional points, essentially guaranteeing an invitation to apply ITA. But what's changed in 2025? PNP quotas have been slashed by nearly 50%, a huge shift that has left many relying more on express entry's category-based draws. IRCC scores are higher than anticipated, even after IRCC removed points for job offers on March 25, 2025. A massive backlog is being processed: 880,800 PR applications as of April 30th, more than enough to meet targets for the next 2 years. This means IRCC can afford to be selective, and it is. So the question becomes, what can you do to improve your odds in such a competitive environment? Let's dive into 5 factors you need to understand before the next draw. 1. CRS cutoff score, the gatekeeper. The CRS cutoff score is the minimum score required to receive an ITA. Recent numbers paint a sobering picture. January 8, 2025 minus 1,350 ITA/CC, CRS, 542. January 23, 2025 minus 4,000 ITA/CC, CRS, 527. February 5, 2025 minus 4,000 ITA/CC, CRS, 521. May 13, 2025 to 500 ITA/CC, CRS. Despite job offer points being removed, smaller draw sizes are keeping the cutoffs high. If you're in the pool with a CRS around 510 plus, a cutoff around 530 to 535 in the next draw could signal relief is on the horizon. But if IRCC maintains high cutoffs, candidates may start to look beyond CEC or consider alternative PR pathways. To improve your CRS score, language proficiency is key. For example, raising your Canadian language benchmark CLB score to 9 can increase your score dramatically. Here's a tip: Amy, a real example, went from a score of 515 to 559 simply by improving her language test score. 2. Size of the draw, a clear signal. IRCC's intention becomes clearer when you look at how many invitations they issue per draw. In 2025 so far, January-February, 17,422 ITAs across 7 draws. March-April, 14,571 ITAs across 6 draws. May as of now, 2,511 ITAs across 4 draws. The draw on May 13th invited just 500 candidates, pushing the cutoff to. That's a strong sign IRCC is rationing invitations, likely to control processing volumes given the existing backlog. Breakdown by draw type: 54% 18,500 of draws were for French-speaking candidates. 29% 9,850 for CEC. Only 4.3% were category-based education, healthcare. If the next draw includes 2,000 plus ITAs, it could mean IRCC is shifting its focus back to converting temporary residents. Otherwise, expect tight competition and high cutoffs to continue. If you're finding this breakdown helpful, take a moment to subscribe to the channel so you never miss a critical update. 3. Frequency of draws. Predicting the pattern. Traditionally, draws occurred every 2 weeks, but in 2025, there was a full month-long pause after March 21st. Draws resumed April 14th, then May 12th and 13th, but IRCC skipped draws again in late May. This inconsistency makes it harder to anticipate when draws will occur. If a pattern of 4-week intervals emerges, high CRS scores may remain the norm due to fewer draws and tighter quotas. Keep an eye on draw frequency. If IRCC resumes a bi-weekly rhythm, it could open the door to more candidates. If not, planning and profile optimization become even more important. Don't forget to turn on the notification bell so you're instantly alerted when we post draw results. 4. Multiple draws in a week, a bullish signal. On rare occasions, IRCC holds multiple draws within the same week, often across different categories. For example, May 12th, PNP draw, 511 ITAs, CRS, 706. May 13, CEC draw, 500 ITAs, CRS, 547. May 1 education draw, 1000 ITAs, CRS, 479. March 21st French draw, 7,500 ITAs, CRS, 379. A week with 3 draws totaling 5,000 ITAs would suggest IRCC is diversifying its selection strategy, offering. That means if you qualify under education, healthcare, trades, or French proficiency, your odds could improve dramatically even with a moderate CRS. 5. CRS score distribution. Where do you stand? IRCC publishes the score distribution of profiles in the pool. This shows how many people fall within each CRS range. Why is this important? Because if most candidates are sitting above 500, you'll need a stronger profile to compete. But if the pool starts filling with lower scoring candidates, and IRCC increases ITAs, we could see scores drop. So don't just look at the last cutoff, look at the distribution curve. It tells you where you stand relative to the competition. Smart strategies to boost your PR odds. Here are practical, high-impact ways to increase your chances of receiving an ITA. Improve your language scores. Up to 310 points are tied to language proficiency. Prepare well for CELPIP or TEF to reach CLB9 or higher. Gain Canadian work experience. CEC draws prioritize those with 1 or more years of skilled work experience in Canada. Target category-based draws. Fields like teaching, nursing, trades, and French speakers have seen draws with CRS as low as 379 to 479. If you qualify, this is your golden opportunity. Use spousal factors. Your spouse's language ability and education can add up to 40 extra points to your profile. Explore pilot programs. The 2025 rural and francophone pilots provide alternate pathways with lower CRS requirements, though quotas are limited. What this means for temporary residents. If you're in Canada on a study or work permit, the next express entry draw could impact your future drastically. CEC remains your primary route to PR, but with limited draws and sky-high CRS cutoffs, some are starting to worry. Only for CEC draws in 2025 so far. 9,850 ITAs total for CEC, cutoffs as high as 547. If the next draw is large or scores drop, it may mean IRCC is serious about converting temporary residents to PRS. Big picture, Canada's immigration goals in 2025. With Lena Metlage-Diab now leading IRCC and Mark Carney as Prime Minister, immigration policy has taken a more strategic turn. The government is Reducing overall P&P targets, focusing on specific categories like education, French, and trades. Responding to internal challenges like housing and healthcare pressure. This means immigration will stay competitive but also targeted. Those who align with IRCC's categories stand the best chance. So the big takeaway: stay informed, stay flexible, and optimize your profile. Final thoughts. The upcoming express entry draw could mark a turning point in your Canadian immigration journey. Will we see a drop in CRS scores, a larger draw, a new category-based focus? Whatever happens, the next few days will provide answers and shape your pathway to PR in 2025. So stay tuned. If you haven't already, like, share, and subscribe to Canada Immigration Daily. Drop your CRS score and thoughts in the comments. We read every one of them. Thanks for staying with us until the end. We hope this video gave you clarity and useful strategies. Until next time, stay hopeful, stay informed, and stay prepared. Take care and see you in the next video.